Hello my lovelies. Okay, so today we need to do a look. And I want to tell you a little bit about something that happened the other day when I'm filming this. And so it's going to be a get ready with me and a story time, and I'm super excited because actually today I'm designing my eye makeup according to a look that I'm going to film later with different scarves, because I'm going to film a wrapping tutorial later, and I just want this look then to go with those scarves that I'm gonna feature in that video. So of course I'm not gonna show you those scarves because it doesn't matter. I want to do a look that is gold and purple. I think that would go amazingly with those scarves, and for that I was thinking I could go to my ColourPop singles. Those singles I got during the 4th of July sale this year, 2019, where there was like 40% off or something. So I bought two of those custom made palettes. So one of them is shimmers and metallics and duochromes, and the other one is mattes, which looks like this. So I want to actually go for those purples here. Probably taking these purples and then, you know, blending it out with the lighter ones, and maybe if there's some depth missing, going in with this one, which is like a very, very dark purple. I don't know if it is really a purple. I'm not really good at this. You know, I just really, whoops, I almost dropped them. This is the one that is called Sleeper, if anyone is familiar to these different kinds of shade names and whatever. So maybe that's what I'm gonna do. And then for the lid, I want to of course go for gold, and that is going to be probably this one, because this one has more of a like a yellow hint, and this is more, I think, according to what I see, a true gold. And then maybe even drag it into a purple until it meets that dark purple that I just showed you. So that's the plan. And let's just do it. Let's try our best. I do of course love the formula of ColourPop, so let's see. But you know, sometimes you're surprised. All right, let's just find a brush that we want to use, and then we're just gonna go in. So let's take the E45 just for the fun of it. And of course my eyes are prepared with the Kiko Milano eyeshadow primer, and I think what I'm gonna do I have no idea, probably go in with this one. This is the one that's called Seeing Stars, and I think that's a very warm toned purple. So let's do that, and then worst case we're gonna go in with a colder tone that is a little bit darker. So of course if you use cold tone purples you have to be a little bit more careful, because you can look very, you know, very easily like you've been hit by something. So okay, so that's why I'm gonna go in first of all with this warm tone and see what happens, and then we'll just go with the flow, because I just know that I want to be like in a purple range and gold. That's what I want, and besides that I have no plan. So let's see how creativity strikes. Okay, so what I really wanted to talk to you about is, and if you have seen my video, my lifestyle video that I did in connection to the Jewish New Year, I've already sort of touched on that subject. So when I'm filming this a couple days ago, I did go with my husband to a food distribution, and my husband is a very charitable person. He is working a lot in things like this. Is this good? All right, so you know what, I'm just gonna do the other side also, and then I'll decide, because I don't want to drag it in too much, because I'm not yet sure if I want to have like a lighter purple there or something. So let's just put the same shade here and sort of mirror this other eye, and then we'll decide what we were gonna do. So anyway, so we went to a food distribution, and that is an organization that does that regularly. I think it's like every Thursday they do that, and then especially before the high holidays, which we are now in the middle of, like the Jewish high holidays here in Israel or worldwide, because you know they do that like full force, you know. So they have something like, I think she said that the person who showed us around before we actually started volunteering, I think this person said that they have like 9,500 people come on that day, you know, because people have to register before, and that is actually something that was absolutely amazing to see how well organized that was. You know, it wasn't just like a few people standing there handing out food, it was super well organized. So these poor people could actually sign up for this beforehand, and then they got numbers, and then they knew, for example, let's say this is, you got number 152, so you know, or they told you that then you have to come between, let's say, 9 and 10, you know. So not everybody comes, they are running at that distribution point at 8 o'clock in the morning, because that would be so overwhelming and crazy and would create chaos. So everybody knew more or less what time in what time the person had to come. Okay, Leora, keep working. So anyway, so that was really, really amazing. And then there was a waiting area, a sort of, how do you say that, cut off or like made? I don't know how to say that, a waiting area for the people where they were all with their little, like little carts and stuff. And then there were different stations, and there was a vegetable station, there was a fruit station, there was dried goods like pasta and rice and things like this. There was a bread station, there was beverages station, there was even clothing, a clothing station, there was frozen goods and cooled goods, like a refrigerated station sort of, and all kinds of stations. And then there was even a station where they could pick up like school bags, how do you say that, school backpacks, you know, for kids, like if they have small kids and now that the school year started and maybe they don't have any school backpacks, so they could have like secondhand school bags that had been donated. I'm just gonna try to, I'm so I'm so emotionally involved in this that I keep stopping to work, so I cannot do that. So I'm just gonna try to force myself to still continue with my look. I'm just blending out the edges here a little bit. So anyway, and then what also really touched my heart, it was that there was also a station that there were hairdressers and nail, how do you say that, manicurists? I don't know, forgive me if these are the wrong words, like hairdressers and manicurists who did nails, who volunteered their time and their material and their whatever they have to bring to do the nails and the hair or shave those poor people. And some of them are homeless, you know, some of them looked really, 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 let's say, worn out, let's put it, you know, like that. But I think you can imagine, and that was like, wow, I was blown away by the kindness, you know. I have a very soft spot for kindness, as you know, and I'm not a pushover. I'm not someone who is like naive and lives on a cloud or something. I wish I wish, but I'm very well aware what's happening in the world, and I was so thrilled to see this, you know. So I need to preface this whole thing with my husband and I driving there. Wait, no, I need to continue the look. Wait, let's decide what we're gonna do. Okay, I'm just gonna take this shade, which is 2 Mango. I don't know why that is purple, because mango, it's not purple. But anyway, I'm gonna try this one and just put that here, because I think maybe that could look nice if it's not all dark all the way in. So let's see how that shows up on my skin. So we had to drive to get there to that place. It's not in our city, it's actually quite far away, and we had to drive there for about an hour. Now, the whole country, for some reason, was a whole big traffic jam, and it took us about 2 hours to get there. And actually, for a father and mother of 7 kids, it was the nicest thing for me to happen, to have this quality time with my husband, because all our kids were in school or in kindergarten. So that was the nicest thing of like quality time, uninterrupted. We could actually have a conversation, and it was so nice. So as you know, my husband is not like, he doesn't want to be on my channel. He does not want to like take away from me and from the attention to me, which is really sweet. And then He really supports me here, you know. So anyway, this looks really pretty, at least for me. I hope it does look pretty for you too. Anyway, so we had the nicest conversations there for those 2 hours that we spent stop and go to get to the place where we wanted to go. And we were talking, you know, about new makeup releases. He has to listen to me, you know, go on and on and on about, you know, the new palettes that have come out and what I really like and what I wish I could have and all of these things. So so we were talking about all of this, and then you probably have noticed that my channel just got monetized. When you see this, that's probably like 1.5 weeks ago or something. And then we were talking about what that now means for me and what the next step is. So we're talking about all of these things, and also of course about other things that concern him. And anyway, we had the best time. So then we got there, we parked, the whole food distribution was already in full swing, and then we got shown around by that beautiful lady who did that, and then we got placed to the vegetable station. So they instructed us what to do, and it was like a big table, and then we were standing behind the table, and there were it was like pre-sorted bags of vegetables. So there was a bag of carrots, a bag of potatoes, and then they could choose between a small bag of what's that called? Fennel. I think fennel, fresh fennel, and I need to switch brushes. Fresh fennel, and then they could have white cabbage, 1 head of white cabbage. Okay, I'm wearing myself out already. I'm so inside me, I'm like burning for this topic, you know. Anyway, I need to keep working, so I'm gonna go in with the 19D1. No, wait, this is called Howlin'. It's a very light purple, and I'm going to take it on a bit of a fluffier brush, and I'm just going to try to dab it up here a little bit above the edge of that darker purple. So if we keep all of those light shades around it, then maybe we don't even have to go in with that very dark purplish kind of shade that I showed you before. Anyway, my sweethearts, so good. So we got placed to that station, and everybody was supposed to get 1 of each bag. So the whole thing was, as I told you, so well organized that these people, once they had signed up and they were in the waiting area, they then got called to like a desk where there were like 3 people sitting, and they had even like, I had a computer and like print out stuff there, and then everybody who had previously signed up now got a little printout, and that had like sections for every single station that they could go through, you know, all the stations that I had told you about before. So ours was the first station after this desk, so they came to us first, and then basically what we did after we fell into a rhythm together, my husband and I, with the distributing the goods, he had a little clipper thing where he clipped out in this printout, he clipped out the like a special place where it says that they have passed through our station. So on every station they clipped out their part, which means that they cannot come back to a certain station and pretend that they haven't gotten it yet, you know. So that was like super controlled, super beautiful how they made that, amazing. So anyway, because they have to of course make sure that there is enough for everybody. And then they told us also the food distribution is usually like from 8 till 4 in the afternoon, and then there are still people usually coming who maybe have not registered, sorry. And then because that all happened in a closed up parking lot of a supermarket and like a shopping mall, and they then take those people to the supermarket and buy stuff for them, you know. It's amazing, it's absolutely amazing. So anyway, so we fell into this rhythm. I was putting the goods into the bags, my husband was checking off those lists or those printouts that they came with, and it was super hard work because the city where this all happened is very close to the shore, which makes it super humid, and it was like so much hotter than we have it here in Jerusalem. So that was, we were dripping. We were absolutely like, wow, going up in flames. But it was so nice, you know, it was so nice to do this. I was so touched also by how my husband handled the situation, how nice he was, like how nice he was to those people, you know, because I'm filming this now right before the Jewish New Year, and a couple days before the Jewish New Year, I mean, you can already start saying Happy New Year. So my husband was greeting those people and was very, very nice to them. Of course one should be nice, but you know what, sometimes when you're in a situation like this, maybe it makes you feel uncomfortable, you don't know how to act, you don't know what to say. And also don't forget that for us, for my husband and myself, all of this is in a foreign language. Our Hebrew is not bad at all, but we are not native Hebrew speakers, so of course we had to speak Hebrew there, and you know, that's not the easiest thing for us either, to like be natural in that language. So anyway, I was just so amazed by how amazing my husband is, I just have to tell you. Yeah, totally in love. Anyway, so that was that. And actually, like I constantly, I was fighting my tears all the time, because I was still in my mind, I was like about all the things that we had spoken about in the car, you know, the new Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes coming and me wanting them so much, and that my channel monetized. And then we knew that on the way home we wanted to go by IKEA and buy a special lamp that I want for my background here, because it's so nice to do something without having to drag 7 kids along, you know. So we wanted to take advantage of that. And anyway, you know, and then there I am distributing vegetables to these poor or sometimes homeless people, and then, you know, them begging for just, you know, give me one more bag of potatoes, these potatoes are so small, what am I gonna do, I don't know how to feed my family. And you know, so we had permission that, you know, if maybe someone didn't want a bag of carrots, so then they could have 2 bags of potatoes instead. So you know, it was heart-wrenching, absolutely heart-wrenching. And we could not stay super long, because we had to be back in Jerusalem by the time we had to pick up the kids from school. But that was an experience that I will never ever forget, ever. It was, I think this has changed something in me, absolutely, you know. And if you heard or listened or watched my video that I did for Rosh Hashanah, where I also, you know, touched on the subject a little bit, you will see also my, or you will know my New Year's resolutions for the new Jewish year, and then maybe this will all make a little bit more sense. I'm definitely going to link the video that I'm talking about in the cards at some point, so you'll find it if you want to watch and, you know, make the connection to what I'm saying. Okay, next I think I want to go in with my singles in the other palette, that is the shimmers and the metallics and the duochromes. So I think what I'm going to do is for now, the inner part of my lid is going to be this gold, which is called Two Birds. It's a metallic shade, and I'm going to, should I spray it? I don't know, the ColourPop shimmers are usually good enough to even put on like this, but I'm gonna spray my brush, and I'm going to place this in here, and I think not even much more than this. This is so pretty. And I don't want to like fake a cut crease or something. I'm trying to go for a really blended, flowing into each other kind of a look. So that's what the plan is. Okay, so anyway, back to the story. We had to go back after something like maybe 2 hours, maybe 1.5, you know, something like this. So we couldn't stay super long, but it was, you know, it was absolutely amazing. I mean, we had planned to be there longer if we would have gotten there earlier, but that didn't happen, of course, but that was not our fault. Anyway, so we had to leave, and we also had to leave enough time to, you know, just in case there were more traffic jams and whatever. And then, so we went upstairs from that parking lot. It was like how do you say that, like an underground, I don't even know if it was underground, but it was closed up, you know, it was not in the open air. parking lot, we went upstairs, and then there was the rest of the shopping mall, and on the way to the car we passed by a conditorry, and my husband said, let's go and get something for the weekend. So we went basically from the food distribution to the conditorry. You know, we had just distributed to people, we had just given them food, and they begging for another bag of potatoes. And then you yourself, in your blissful, ever so beautiful life, go to a conditorry and buy whatever you need to buy. You know, I just couldn't believe it. You know, what like my heart was bleeding, you know. I couldn't handle it. It was very, very hard. Anyway, so wait, let's make a decision on the next shade. I'm sort of debating between these two here, or maybe this one. Maybe this one. Should I take this one? I'll take this one. Let's see which shade that is. Though this is also metallic, and this is called Neutrino, something like that. So let's find a brush for this one. Okay, so we went to the car, and then we were trying to decide what are we going to do now. Are we going to skip going to IKEA? Are we going to just go straight home? Because we had planned on going there, and I've been waiting to buy this lamp for months. You know, it's not like I get everything I want immediately. So he said, you know what, we are already here. It's like a 7-minute drive from here. Let's take advantage of it and let's just do it. You know, who knows when we're going to be here the next time. So let's do that. So we went there, and you know, it was air conditioned. It was so beautiful, and you know, do you know what I'm saying? It's like, how can I continue to live after that? You know, we had this conversation then in the car, and I said to him, you know what, I feel like the biggest piece of human garbage that is out there, that I'm still thinking after this that I still want those palettes, you know. Still want those palettes. I still want this special lamp that I want in my background. I still want all of that, and I still have all my dreams with my channel and everything, and it is still super, super important to me to be successful and to this and to do that and whatever, you know, because I am a very driven person, and I think to a certain extent I need to use my fingers, which it has nothing to do with anything. To a certain extent, that is how you also succeed. You know, you push yourself, you do, you work, you don't give yourself a break, you don't procrastinate. And I'm not saying that those homeless or poor people are doing that necessarily. I'm sure that there are a lot of people who do work and who try their very best and had just a lot of bad luck in life, you know. But anyway, so I said, then what am I gonna do, you know, how I'm gonna be able to continue now without constantly feeling guilty for my blessings and for my good luck, sort of, you know. So I was also talking with my best friend about it, because I'm basically talking about her, no, I'm talking with her about everything, and just gonna try to drag this gold a little bit over that purple. So I was talking with her about exactly that, and we sort of agreed that no matter what I'm gonna do, no matter if I were to sell everything I have and give it to the poor, that's not gonna change anything. You know, I have to keep living my life. It's not like I can stop living because of that, you know. So, but we have to really, you know, be charitable and reach out and help and be kind, and I think that is super important, and I will increasingly do that. So anyway, I so badly wanted to vlog this, but of course I can't vlog something like this, because you know, you have to protect also the privacy of the people, and sort of also the dignity, you know, because this is not something like cute to laugh at, you know. Anyway, so that's where I'm at. Anyway, so I'm still here with my channel, still building, still working, still doing all my things, and trying to not feel too guilty. Girls, I know, it's not my fault, you know, it's not my fault that they are poor and everything, but it makes me feel so not bad for myself, of course, but bad for them, and I want to help them, but it's like nothing I can do really, you know. Okay, so this is the shade Sleeper that I showed you in the very beginning, and I think what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to pat this on right here. I do feel like we did not really make a lot of this purple shimmer, but it is what it is. It was not very opaque anyway. It was like the gold had way more punch, which I really, really like. So, but this other one was a bit thin, I think. Yeah, so that is basically what I wanted to share with you in this Get Ready With Me, this whole experience with this food, or at this food distribution, and all my thoughts around this, and you know, me feeling like so guilty, but you know, what can I do? It's like makeup is my job. Besides YouTube, makeup is my job too, and I love it, and I want to succeed in this, and I cannot stop living my life because of terrible things that happen in the world. I still have to keep on working, you know, things have to keep moving. So yeah, anyway, so that is that, and I'm just gonna quickly finish up the look, and then I'm gonna come back with my final thoughts for you. Okay, hi my sweeties, so this is the finished look. I just quickly want to tell you what I did to finish up the look besides foundation and all of these things. Of course, you find everything in the description box. So I just wanted to show you what I used as an inner corner highlight, and that is this one, which is super, super nice. It's like it's a pink, very, very light pink metallic, and that is called On the Fence. It's super, super pretty, and it works super well with this lighter purple shade that we put at the inner part of the crease. So that's what I did regarding the shimmers and metallics. And then going back to the matte palette, so for the lower lash line, I of course chose a blue eyeliner pencil. This one is from Il Maquillage. It's called Ice Blue, and it's like it's metallic. You know, I don't know if you see, like, it's metallic. Anyway, so underneath I traced that line with this purple, which is a cool purple, and this is called Try Me. This is how it looks. It's a very, very pretty purple, and I was very tempted to have this as the main feature of the look, but as I told you, it can be tricky to work with cool tone purples, you know, and I didn't feel like it today. So anyway, and then I blended it out with a blue, which is this one, which is called, let's see, Lost and Found. This is the one, and it's also super pretty, a very nice bright, is that periwinkle? I don't know, I'm not sure, but it's a blue. Anyway, you know, I'm so good at explaining colors, it's amazing. Anyway, yeah, so what are my thoughts about all of this whole experience? Sorry, I'm still fighting the cold, and I see, like, I just finished my foundation and I already feel like I need to blow my nose. It's crazy. Anyway, so what are my thoughts about this? And it is, you know, it has been a life-changing thing, as I told you. I would do it anytime again, and they have a lot of other programs, and they said you were going to contact you if you're interested. They also work with children and do all kinds of other things, and of course I'm super busy myself. I'm working, I'm doing YouTube, and I have a family of 9 people, so including me, to take care of, and the house and whatever. So I'm super busy, but I'm going to try to be more involved, to like give back, you know, to give to other people. And I was, you know, this whole side of me, and maybe the nurse, if you don't know, I'm a registered nurse by profession. I'm not working in that profession anymore now, already a couple of years, but that's my profession, that's where I come from. And my whole thing of like being a nurse sort of came through in this situation, because I felt the compassion, you know, compassion that I usually on a day-to-day basis don't feel anymore. But that whole thing that I always felt for my patients, that came through, and I felt myself being wholeheartedly happy to be with these people and to help them and to serve them, and that was a really, really nice experience also for me. And I hope that you know, me smiling at them and wishing them well and giving them blessings and whatever also maybe brightened up their day. They're still in their situation, they're still poor, they got some food to last them maybe a couple of days, but maybe just someone being nice to them and treating them like a normal person with respect, that might have been a nice thing for them too, and I really, really hope so. So anyway, I hope you did enjoy my get ready with me and my story time, and the look hopefully too. And yeah, if you did, then please give the video a like, and if you're new here, then please subscribe to my channel. I would so love that. And besides that, I'm going to see you here again for my next video super soon. As you know, upload schedule till the end of October is going to be a bit upside down, but there are going to be as many videos as I possibly can. And yeah, so leave your comments in the comment section, and I'll see you here next time. And up until then, I love you so much. Go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.